Our athletes are always told they can't. The Special Olympics is the place they come to be told they can.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth McMahon, President and CEO of Special Olympics Massachusetts, here to bring you the State of the Mission. I'm usually doing this in front of athletes, coaches, volunteers, participants, and an event, but I'm afraid that's not going to happen as of right now. So I now get to bring it to you from my office with my computer and my notes. I miss seeing all of you, and believe me, I prefer to be at an event talking to you right now. But here we go. It was only a little over a year ago when we made the most difficult decision in the history of this organization and canceled all of our events for the spring season, including summer games. A horrendous thought, and at the time, a decision we worried would be the wrong one. But once the decision was made, we did it with an eye towards returning to a full slate of Special Olympics competitions in July. As we all know, that didn't happen, and we still aren't quite there yet. And so the question became, how does an organization that produces 600 sports competitions and raises nearly 60% of its revenue through events survive? How does that mission survive? Well, let me tell you, not only did that mission survive, but it thrived. How? Because the true greatness and measure of our amazing mission is the impact sports has. Sports are a vehicle Eunice Kennedy Shriver chose to prove that people with intellectual disabilities could learn, could improve, could compete, and could accomplish things otherwise thought unachievable. Why? Because she had experienced inclusion through sports with her sister Rosemary her whole life. And during another incredibly challenging year, she brought 1,000 people with intellectual disabilities together for the first ever Special Olympics competition on July 20th, 1968. Not because she wanted to organize a big event, but because she knew this would allow more people to see the impact of her vision, and in having their own opportunity to experience inclusion through sports, they would take this mission forward as their own. That's the true beauty of Special Olympics. It was born in a backyard and to this day lives and grows in every community. It grows because people like you experience it and know this is a mission and a cause that immediately becomes part of who you are. And you take it as your own and you grow it in your community. There are a small group of us who are lucky enough to be the staff of this organization, but we are simply stewards of the mission. You, the people of who embody the mission on a daily basis, who know the world of Special Olympics makes you and your community a better place. You know the mission is part of the very fabric of who you are. You are the mission, and you are who keep the torch burning bright for all the current and future athletes of Special Olympics Massachusetts. So yes, the state of the mission is strong, and we are unbelievably excited about what is to come over the next few years. Because as you may have heard us say before, we aren't trying to just get back to normal. The athletes deserve better, and that's what we're going to give them, and us, as we get back to better. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you. Over the last year, we've really been able to take a step back and see all the great work we've been able to accomplish over the last 52 years. But we've also been able to see where there are new opportunities to embed and grow the mission of Special Olympics. And through this, we've learned that we have the opportunity to provide an even broader offering that allows volunteers, athletes, partners, and supporters the ability to be part of a mission in even more ways. To remove barriers and build a more diverse platform that empowers athletes, their families, and support systems to have even more control over their journey through Special Olympics. We kind of look at things in three pieces: find us, stay with us, and grow with us. The first piece being find us. We have worked so hard to innovate the way we deliver our sports program to get as many existing athletes re-engaged digitally and in person as possible. But one of the things that has bothered us more than anything over the last year are the athletes who would have found us for the first time, but didn't, who would have experienced inclusion for the first time, competed on a team for the first time, received a medal for the first time, been told they can instead of can't for the first time. We need to and will make the ability for athletes, families, and caregivers to find and join us even easier, ensuring we have an easy entry options to their communities. If you saw in our recent winter showcase, you would have seen two great examples. Our community sports hubs that are popping up all over the state, and the North Shore Cycling Club that became a walking club, that became a snowshoeing club, that became a sand shoeing club, with even a little bit of wiffle ball in between. These are amazing examples of our volunteer leadership taking it upon themselves to take our mission and bring it to life in a new way, in a way that will continue to grow and will make for one of the many new ways to find and join us. The second piece is stay with us. We have spent time over the last few years working to ensure the athletes and families know all the ways they can move from one season to another, from one program to another, from one part of the organization to another. But still, too many times over the last year, we've heard the same type of story. An athlete who participated through a community program or one of our amazing school partnerships, but had Special Olympics disappear from their lives during the pandemic, not knowing about all the other options to participate available to them or how to find them. One mother told us in the fall, when her son started the school year fully remote, what he missed the most and what was affecting him more than anything else was not being able to play on his unified basketball team. This can't happen, and it won't happen as we move forward. And the third piece is grow with us. And there are so many opportunities with this one, from adding more competitive leagues, more recreational community options, digital and at-home platforms, strength, fitness, nutrition clinics, athlete leadership programs, and so much more. We pride ourselves in the idea that when an athlete joins us, no matter that age, no matter what, they can stay with us for life. From young athletes to school programs, into the community, and eventually senior sports. Our oldest athlete is 93, and our youngest is just 2. And every age group, every ability level, every demographic we serve have all had one major thing in common over the last year. They want all the Special Olympics in their lives they can get. So that's what we're going to deliver. More ways, more options, more inclusion, more everything. So as we head forward coming out of this pandemic and working toward getting back to better, we do so knowing a handful of things. 1, we have the biggest, most passionate and committed group of volunteer leadership any organization could ever ask for. And every day we have more people putting their hand up to take on a leadership role. 2, we have a group we serve, the current and future athletes of Special Olympics Massachusetts, who have demonstrated a desire to participate in a more substantial way. And 3, and this might be the most important, we have a mission that brings out the very best version of all of us. It gets inside of you. It becomes part of who you are. And it does nothing but want to burst out of you in the form of smiles, high fives, hugs, and pure joy. Teaching and building inclusion along the way. You've heard this said, but importance rings more true. If you just take a moment and you close your eyes and you picture the very first Special Olympics moment that comes to your mind, and you think about who's there, what's happening, and really allow yourself to be brought back to that moment in time. When you open your eyes, you're guaranteed to have a smile on your face. Years ago, when the world didn't want to accept those with intellectual disabilities, they created their own community. They created Special Olympics. And you know what? The world is better because of that. And this is your invitation to join us, your invitation to come experience inclusion. And we start now. Join us in the coming weeks for a special spring and summer season preview show. I will be joined by a special crew of guests to look ahead at what is in store for us as we travel through Summer Games. For the first time ever, everyone will be able to join the journey and be part of the Summer Games experience. It has been a pleasure to let you hear the state of the mission, and my pleasure to be able to bring it. I miss seeing all of you, and as we head out of the pandemic, I look forward to seeing you in person again. Thank you.